For number 8, we're looking at determining the length of the indicated curve, where we have, for the function, we have y is equal to the natural logarithm of the cosine of x, as x runs from pi over 4 to pi over 3 radians. Now, and what we have for the function itself, again, we'll be looking at taking the derivative. Okay, now in this one, we have dy over dx is equal to, and we have in compliance with the natural logarithm of x, if we take the derivative, we're going to have the reciprocal of the cosine of x, and once again applying the chain rule, okay, we have the derivative of the cosine of x, which will go to the negative of the sine of x. So we have in the expression, now we have the negative of the sine of x times the reciprocal of the cosine of x. And for this expression, we're going to end up with the negative of the tangent of x. And so this will leave us with the square of the derivative as the square of the tangent of x. Now, in looking at the length of the curve itself, once again we're going from x equals pi over 4 to x is equal to pi over 3. We have of the square root of 1 plus the square of the tangent of x dx. And now for the sum of 1 and the square of the tangent of x, this will be one of our Pythagorean identities, where we have that sum will end up as the square of the secant of x. So the square root of the square of the secant of x will be the secant of x. And so we're looking at the integral of the secant of x as x runs from pi over 4 to pi over 3. And as for the antiderivative of the secant of x, okay, this will end up as the natural logarithm of the absolute value of the sum of the secant of x and the tangent of x as x runs from pi over 4 to pi over 3, and in the attainment of the value. Now, at pi over 3, okay, now the secant is going to be at 2, and at pi over 3 the tangent will be the square root of 3, and in the application of pi over 4 is the lower limit. Okay, now we're looking at the subtraction of the natural logarithm. The secant of pi over 4 is going to end up as the square root of 2, and the tangent of pi over 4 is going to be at 1. So we have a difference of natural logarithmic terms, and as we combine into a single ratio, okay, so we have the natural logarithm of the absolute value of 2 plus the square root of 3 all over the square root of 2 plus 1. And if you were to provide a decimal approximation on this, we're looking at just under 44 hundredths of a unit at 0.436.